Now, the missing Malaysian Airlines jet appears to have been flying hundreds of miles off course, according to military officials. They've also discounted any terror links to passengers travelling on the flight with stolen passports. But for the distraught families waiting for news, no one's any clearer about just what happened. Let's go live now to our Asia correspondent, John Sparks. John.
Thanks, Krish. Well, it's been a day of big developments, and I think the big surprise is this. Turns out search and rescue teams have been looking in the wrong place. Sources from the Malaysian military say their radar system shows that Flight 370 veered wildly off course far to the west of here over the Malacca Strait. And it raises a host of big questions like what was going on in the cockpit at the time, but we still don't have the answers to them. It's got to be there, but no one knows where. For the fourth day in a row, a small armada of ships, planes and helicopters scoured the waters around Malaysia, looking for the jetliner and its passengers and crew. And for the fourth day in a row, they found nothing. Here's a member of the Vietnamese rescue team.
Some objects were spotted in this area, so we came right here, but we haven't found a thing.
They've got little to go on, and what they do have is contradictory. Today, a Malaysian military source said the plane wasn't heading to Beijing, its intended destination. Instead, it changed course. On Saturday morning, Flight 370 left Kuala Lumpur, and we were told that civilian radar lost contact with it here, near the mouth of the Gulf of Thailand. However, military radar shows the aircraft veering west, then flying over the Malacca Straits for an hour. It's a big discrepancy for those trying to find it. Still, Malaysian police eliminated one line of inquiry today. They provided new details about the identities of two men who boarded the flight with stolen passports. Here's the first.
He is 19 years old and he is an Iranian. We believe that he is an Iranian.
His name, Puria Noor Mohammed Merdad, and police said his journey had nothing to do with terror.
We believe that he is not likely to be a member of any terrorist group. And we believe that he is trying to migrate to Germany.
The second man, later identified as Delavar Saeed Mohammed Reza. The press conference was another raucous affair, with journalists scrapping for a picture of the two men. Interest in the plane's disappearance is intense, and the media have had little until now to pass on. Another chaotic press conference here in Kuala Lumpur, which, if anything, has deepened the mystery. It now seems less likely that the disappearance of Flight 370 had anything to do with terrorism. At a Beijing hotel, friends and relatives of those on board continue their vigil, but the fourth day has brought them little. A small number have decided to travel to Malaysia. Better to do something, perhaps, than sit and wait. And the wife of New Zealander Paul Weeks hasn't given up. Her husband, a passenger on Flight 370.
To me, you stay strong for the boys, you keep them, you keep his memory and their memory, and I just have to, I know it's too hard to look that far forward, because I'm just going, step by step.
Ms. Weeks, seen here with the youngest of her two children, says she'd love to hold her husband one more time. Well, the authorities are still calling this a search and rescue operation, not a recovery mission, but I am afraid that hopes are fading for the 239 people on board. As for the police, they say they're going to concentrate on four main areas: sabotage, hijacking, or possible personal or psychological problems experienced by those people on board. But there are a host of other scenarios, and I'm afraid the uncertainty is set to continue.